everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm taking a look at Classified France 44 on the PlayStation 5. Now this is a World War II themed turn-based strategy game. As you know, if you watch my content, you know I am a huge fan of the turn-based strategy games. They are amongst my favourite type of games. And just recently we're getting spoilt. We've just got the King Arthur themed one that came out a couple of weeks ago that I have covered on the channel. And now we've got this one, and we got Jagged Alliance a few weeks ago as well. So we're getting somewhat spoiled, because sometimes turn-based strategy games, we don't get enough of them on console. So I'm very happy to have been playing this and to give you my thoughts and review on this game. Right, so what can you expect with this game? Well, I mean, it's a nicely put together turn-based strategy game, and you will see a lot of people, and myself included, when they review turn-based strategy games, you generally always compare them to XCOM. Well, this is the most XCOM alike turn-based strategy game I think I've played since XCOM. It is very much like XCOM in the way the game plays in many of the game mechanics. So if you love XCOM, then you are going to enjoy definitely how this game plays and some of the game mechanics involved. So when you put the game on, there's no multiplayer unfortunately, but you get to go on the campaign. And there's a lot of playtime on the campaign, so you've nothing to worry about. But they also have something called special ops that you can go on, which are like specially crafted missions just for you, if you like. So you go into the game. You've got like a bit of a tutorial, and it's not, a difficult game to learn. And again, if you are used to playing turn-based strategy games, you will pick this up very, very easily on how to play the game. If you're new to the genre, then the tutorial is definitely good enough for you to pick up and learn how this game works. And essentially how this game works, it's turn-based. You'll go into a map. Sometimes you'll get the opportunity to ambush people, or they'll get the jump on you. So you'll kind of choose where you're going to put your character, and you'll have a number of different characters on the map, usually about 4 soldiers. You'll move them about. You'll put them in cover, either high cover, low cover, or full cover. And then if you've got an opportunity to take a shot at the enemy, then you do so. If you've got the opportunity to take out many, if not all, of the enemies on the map by using stealth, then you can also do that in this game as well. You can sneak up on enemies and take them out using a knife sort of thing, which is pretty cool. Each of your soldiers have kind of got a different weapon. You've got some with a shotgun, you've got some with a sniper, some with a Tommy gun, some with a rifle. Some of them have got grenades, and the grenades are pretty effective in this game. So you'll take your turns, you'll use your action points, which is what you'll be used to using in games like this. And the action points, I think you've got 12 per turn. So you've got to make sure when you move your character to a certain square on the map, if you want him to take a shot at the end of that, and your shot takes 3 action points, then you need to make sure you leave enough action points at the end of the maneuver on the map to make sure you can take a shot cleanly at them. It's pretty simple stuff, really, and it's really effective. And there's some nice animations, there's some nice little voice acting going on within the map. And sometimes it'll do that XCOM thing where it'll zone in and show you a close-up of the enemy getting shot or killed or shot at, sort of thing. So the combat is very, very good and very nicely done, in my opinion. And I've not really had a problem at all with it. And then what you do after the mission, your soldiers will level up. And very much, again, like XCOM, and if they level up, there's like a skill bar as well. You'll go to at the end of the mission, there's like a map. It'll show a map, which is where you choose your next mission from. But also at the top, it's got like a base camp, which is what you're looking at net there. The base camp is you can kind of all sit around a campfire, and you can kind of listen to people having a chat. And if you allow these soldiers to kind of have the chat, it'll build everybody's morale up, which is quite nice. And it's a lovely little animation to have in the game. And then you've got loadout, so you can choose the loadout as well of your team, each shoulder at a time, so you can go in and choose what weapons you want to give them, like the main weapon, the side weapon, a grenade sort of thing, what kind of grenade you want to give them, and it gives you a choice. You can kind of use the hand grenade or like the satchel one, but that takes a little bit longer to explode. So you can choose that. You can choose the loadout, and then there's a skill set. So it's like very much like a skill tree. So you'll go in and you'll choose. There's a whole different load of skills to choose from. It'll give you different buffs and advantages in the game itself. And then you've got a fully customizational option. So you can go in, you can change the name of your soldiers, you can change how your soldiers look with different things that you've unlocked in the map. So you'll get different rewards as and when you complete missions. And when you complete missions, you might get a new weapon or a new piece of clothing. And not everybody can wear everything because you've got different soldiers in your team. You've got some of the French resistance, you've got some US soldiers, you've got all sorts of different soldiers. So you can only really put on items of clothing that you unlock for them particular soldiers. But it's still quite nice. And some of the items that you unlock at the end of missions have got like different buffs on them, so you can equip someone with a certain weapon that not only will give them more power, more shot power, but it will also might increase their armor by 1 sort of thing, or their health by 1. And so you've got all that going on in the game as well. You can customize absolutely everything that you want in, which I think is nice, really, really good. But also as well, there is something called factions. So there's like these 3 factions, and each of them, as and when you complete missions, it'll kind of increase your reputation with these factions. And these factions have got like different gear, and it keeps every few hours sort of thing, the gear will kind of change over, so you can buy gear off them as well, because you'll get like rewards at the end of each mission that will allow you to buy things from the factions as well, again, which might be new pieces of clothing or a new weapon, so on and so forth. So there's quite a lot to do in between the missions, which is really, really good. As you're going into the next mission, so you'll go back to the map, and then you'll choose your next mission, but it's set up. It's like when it starts off, it's something. I think it's something like 53 days to D-Day. So you've got kind of 53 gaming days, if you like, if that makes sense. So every time you choose a mission, it'll tell you how many days that mission's going to take, and then it takes down the clock, sort of thing. So you've got to kind of choose your missions fairly carefully. To make them as strategically useful as possible, but also you will sometimes be given it'll make you make a choice for the next mission. It'll give you the options. There might be some French resistance person that you need to rescue at a church, or it'll give you another option. There might be like a soldier that's parachuted in that's been trapped in a schoolhouse or something like that. And it's for you to decide which mission you want to go on. And when you go on that mission, the mission that you decline is gone, so to speak. So you do get these options, and usually the missions, this is how you recruit new soldiers into your team, sort of thing. So your soldiers will all get injured and stuff like that. So if they're injured, then you just can't use them on the next mission. So we've got to kind of keep changing out the soldiers, and you're going to want to do that because you need them all to kind of level up alongside each other, which is a big part of turn-based strategy games. There's also a thing on the map where there's like a bar that fills up, a German bar, if you like, that fills up if you fail missions or if you make poor strategic choices, and that and very much like XCOM, if you remember, when that bar fills up, and it's full to the top, then essentially it's pretty much game over here. So I think this really is, and I can't emphasize this enough. This really is a very XCOM-y turn-based strategy game with like a World War II skin on it. I found myself really comfortable playing the game, but it's also a challenge as well, you know, because you can change the difficulty levels. But it's a lot of fun to play. I think the maps are quite varied. You do get quite attached to the soldiers, all that kind of stuff. They all have a little bit of banter. There's some nice voice acting going on for everything that's in the game. And I do think it's been nicely crafted and put together to give us a really, you know, very nicely made turn-based strategy game here. If you're looking for something that's wholly original and very different than what you're used to, then this might not be the one for you. If you are looking for one that will immediately feel familiar and comfortable with some nice ideas going on as sort of like a World War II themed turn-based strategy game, then this for me is a no-brainer for you guys out there that love these sort of games. It's not a full price game, so it's definitely worth picking up. I've had no issues with the game. I've had no crashes, no freezes, no bugs, nothing that's affected my enjoyment of the game. So I'm going to give this one a pretty strong 8 out of 10. For turn-based strategy fans, I think you're going to enjoy this one. If you're a newcomer to this type of genre, turn-based strategy, this is a decent one to try your hand at. It's not hard to learn or pick up. There's a decent tutorial, and you're going to have endless hours of fun with this one. So yeah, I really did enjoy this one. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out this review, and I will be back very, very soon.